Their pronouns are they, it, thee, zer.
What are we, making up words now?
What are yours? She, her. Ugh. Sorry, we don't really like those. No, Bug. Stop, hey. This isn't you. Sorry about that. He gets a little nervous. My pronouns are these are and...
You know, a long time ago, being crazy meant something. Nowadays, everybody's crazy.
Now, I've said it before and I will say it again. You know society's doomed when old boy Charlie Manson starts making sense. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a very quick and very crazy Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have very little time to waste. So, let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. Now, I don't know who this fella is or what he identifies as, but why would a grown man grab a teddy bear, put on a pink wig, stick a pacifier in his mouth, take a picture of himself and upload it onto the interwebs for the world to see? This is either blackmail or some kind of humiliation ritual.
Man, you are one pathetic loser. No offense.
Now, in yesterday's segment of How Are the Shitlibs Handling Donald Trump's Presidency So Far, I had to give you guys a quick volume check because the young lady was screeching like a banshee. However, in today's segment of How Are the Shitlibs Handling Donald Trump's Presidency So Far, you don't really need to worry about your volume so much. Roll it. All right, next up we have a little jingle from this young lady who thinks if you support President Trump, you are in a cult. It's always projection with these people 100% of the time. Roll it.
If you support the president, then you should know it's evident that you are in a cult, can't seem to comprehend the relevance of independent thinking. I'm the crisis that it's bringing, prices raising, people raging, and our country's on the brink of authoritarian dictatorship. I am f***ing scared of it, and you should be scared too. But you refuse to see the truth. You refuse to see the people. Different from you is your equal. That the government is playing us, and this is all a sequel to the horrors that they taught us in the books they're trying to toss out. It's a crook we put in power, and he's throwing all the laws out. Think about your sons and daughters. Think of everything we fought for. Think about freedom of speech. Think about the morals you preach. Cause to me they don't align. You keep proving that there's hatred. There's a lack of understanding in the heart that you call sacred. Every immigrant deported is a child of your Lord. Think of Jesus seeking shelter. Would you kick him out as well? Would you ask him for his papers? Call him a criminal and for being born on different land? Will you ever take a stand? I mean, please, let's reevaluate these horrible demands. Where's the love? Where's the reason? What's going on? This f***ing treason.
Your song? It's awful. I hate it.
Now, what's amazing to me is that these people are still melting down over the Trump-Zelensky meeting that happened the other day. This fella calls Zelensky a war hero. He's an actor and a comedian. And a puppet. Roll it.
You mean to tell me that President Beavis and Vice President Butthead thought it would be a grand idea to try to bully a war hero in front of the international goddamn press? What a lark. What a fucking plunge. These two chuckle f***s are the opposite of artificial intelligence. They're genuine goddamn morons. I thought women were supposed to be too emotional to be president, Donnie. Even Marco Rubio, a man who has had his shame center surgically removed from his brain, looked so embarrassed he was about to melt into the couch until he remembered what J.D. Vance was going to do to that thing after all the press left. J.D., by the way, what the f*** is up with the tie, bro? That thing is so long, you could fish somebody out of a well with with. J.D. Vance, by the way, spent the entire press conference looking like he was about to get stuck inside a chocolate tube at Willy Wonka's candy factory. Explain to me how it's disrespectful for Zelensky to not wear a suit to the White House, but it's okay for Elon Musk to give a press conference behind the Resolute desk dressed like a guy who has a collection of katanas he bought at the fucking mall. We live in the dumbest possible timeline. The United States is now officially an international laughingstock. But hey, at least 10 trans kids can't play high school sports, I guess.
You are a fucking moron.
Now, just a minute ago, before that young lady started singing that song, I said it's always projection with these people 100% of the time. Well, this fella proves my point. Roll it.
You're a Trump supporter, just know that there are 4 things that everybody who's not a Trump supporter thinks about you. And so far, you've done nothing to disprove these things. 1, you're uneducated. And I don't mean uneducated in the sense that you didn't go to school and learn to read or do basic arithmetic. I mean, you're uneducated as far as what's going on in the world. You got goggles on, only paying attention to what you want to pay attention to. Dose, you lack empathy. You don't care what happens to somebody else as long as it doesn't happen to you. Imagine for a moment the government started saying, hey, your marriage is illegal. How would you feel about that? How would you feel about that? But you don't care that it's happening to gay people as long as it doesn't happen to you. 3, you lack independent thinking skills, meaning you are incapable of forming your own thoughts, opinions, or viewpoints on things. You need pundit talking points from Fox News or whatever, that other OAN. You need those people to tell you what to believe. You don't have the ability to look into those claims and maybe think something else. It's a confirmation bias. You live in this bubble and you refuse to step outside of it. 4, and I think this is the most important one. I think this is the one you really need to work on if you have the ability, and that is critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to look at a situation and say to yourself, you know what, that's kind of fucked up. That's not right, and you can't do that. So I look forward to all the laughing emoji reactions to this video because the people that I just made these claims about don't have the ability to defend themselves.
He's an asshole.
Now, as a resident and native of the great state of Maine, I find this next clip rather insulting. Now, this young lady is actually a policy analyst for Governor Janet Mills's Office of New Americans, and she says when you come here, there's no need to assimilate. Roll it.
Maine is a predominantly white state. Many of the communities that I have been a part of have been majority white who have lived here in Maine all of their lives. They haven't even had to travel anywhere or didn't have to wake up to sounds of gunshots. So it was hard. It was hard living here. It's been hard asking Sudanese people to move here in Maine. I don't particularly feel like I'm more Sudanese or more American. I fight for Sudan in all my capacity. My advice, again, is for anyone who's coming is to hold on to their mother tongue, to hold on to your culture, hold on to your religion, to your beliefs. There's no reason to assimilate.
What the hell did you just say?
Maine is a predominantly white state.
You're goddamn right.
Now, I would also like to state for the record that Maine has one of the lowest, if not the lowest, rates of violent crime in this country. Anyway, next up we have this airline called TUI. I don't know where they fly out of, but during Black History Month, they announced their first all-black flight and cabin crew. Roll it.
History Month, TUI today has an all-black flight crew and an all-black cabin crew. As well, so give yourself a big cheer. Woo!
You know this isn't going to end well.
Hey guys, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. Now, I will unmute it in just 1 second so we can hear exactly what's being said, but I think this is on the red carpet of the Brit Awards, I guess. I bet they'll blame ivermectin for this. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by Dr. Weston and Paul Peak. Dr. Weston and Paul, thank you both so much for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate the kind words and support. So once again, today's video sponsors are Dr. Weston and Paul Peak. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, let's hear what this horse has to say.
Do you think British horses neigh differently than other horses in the world?
Yeah, they do. I mean, they neigh more posh.
Could you give us a posh neigh? That was so...
That's f***ing weird, huh? Holy shit. What the hell was that all about?
All right, next up we have this lady who is some kind of priest or preacher or minister, I guess, draped in rainbows, of course, telling us it ain't a man's world. Okay, roll it.
Man's world. You go, girl. No more sugar and spice and everything nice. It's a chic thing and it's all in me. I can be anything that I want to be. Don't consider me a minority. Ladies, help me out if you agree. Now I can bring home the bacon fried in a pan. Never let you forget that you're a man. Cause I'm a W-O-M-A-N. That's what I am. Doing all I can. The thing that makes me mad and crazy upset. Gotta break my neck just to get my respect. Go to work and get paid less than a man when I'm doing the same damn thing that he can. It's a she thing.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich.
All right, next up we have this individual who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and claims to be a scientist. Now, he is responding to a comment someone left on one of his previous TikToks. The comment says, "Are they lying, though? I would look at you and think of trans woman, not woman, because we will never be the same. Roll it."
So this person is claiming that every single person who's treated me as a woman in my entire life is a liar, which is technically possible. And I'm not one to turn down a legitimate hypothesis because I'm a scientist. Look at all my awards and degrees and books. But there's a really cool scientific principle that we could utilize here. It's called Occam's razor, and basically it boils down to the simplest explanation is probably more likely to be true. So here are the two possibilities. Either everyone in my entire life is lying to me or has been deliberately deceived by me or some nebulous trans agenda concocted by a nefarious group, probably the Jewish people, to bring about the downfall of society, or I'm a woman and treating me like a woman is obvious.
Say what?
I'm a woman and treating me like a woman is obvious.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
So Joe Biden's former publicist, diversity hire Karine Jean-Pierre, was recently on The View, and Sunny Hostin must be watching these videos because she specifically asked her about that. He said, "The right calls you a DEI hire. How do you respond?" And of course, Karine Jean-Pierre starts spewing Democrat propaganda saying diversity is our greatest strength and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
But the right is calling you a DEI hire.
Oh, my God.
What is your response to that?
The fact that they focus on me so much, I probably should put it as a badge of honor. But look, right now, DEI is being used as a catch-all phrase for people, for things that they don't like. And we got to be really clear here, too. DEI did not cause that tragic plane accident in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. DEI is not causing the increase of prices, right? Although they'll blame it on us. Yeah. And I do believe that diversity is our strength. It is the strength of our nation. Inclusion is important. And it makes us a better country. And when we do things like that, when the other side does things like that and scapegoat people, it actually puts vulnerable communities in danger. Yep.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
But the right is calling you a DEI hire.
It's funny because it's true.
2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on a. It's black. Anyway,